So I've decided to set up a trust. What actually goes in there? How do I fund this trust?
So funding the trust is relatively easy if you're working with a professional who knows what they're doing. So the very first thing, you think of a trust as like a savings account, right? If it's revocable, you can put money into it, you can take money back out of it. You hold all the cards as long as you're living.
Oh, so you can actually put things in a trust and then take them back out?
You can, as long as it's revocable, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not set in stone unless it's an irrevocable trust, which is a different tool we use for a different purpose. But today we're talking about revocable trusts. So you are going to manage those funds as long as you're living, right? But like a savings account, if you take the money out of it, you want to maintain something in there to keep it going. You know how they'll say like you have to have $100 in your, whatever it is, in your savings account, the balance can't go below that. Think of it that way with the trust. It's different in various states, but it might be $50 or $10, or you have to keep something in there.
Oh, wow, okay.
But so you can get that balance down there pretty low. The whole idea is to get real estate in there, right? To avoid probate court. So if you're working with a professional, most law firms will draft the deeds that are quitclaiming your individual interest in your real estate to the trust. So now the trust is the owner, essentially, of those parcels of land.
Okay.
So you're funding it that way, okay? So now you've put the real estate into the trust. But then also you fund it by, transferring assets like bank accounts into trusts. And you just want to make sure once you've got your trust set up that you're working with someone, and it's typically your estate planning lawyer, sometimes your wealth management advisor. Those are going to be the people who are going to help you make sure you check all the boxes so that your trust is properly funded.
So if all our bank accounts are then belonging to the trust, do we still use them the same way?
Yep, absolutely. And depending on the client and the client's scenario and the marital status, we might decide that we want to completely transfer assets from an individual bank account to a bank account in the name of the trust, or we might decide it makes more sense to just name the beneficiary on death of that individual bank account as the trust.
Got it. Okay, so it really doesn't make our everyday life more complicated, where we have to jump through hoops and do a lot of paperwork if we just want to take a chunk of money out of our savings account.
Correct. You meet with your banker once and then
that's
about all it takes, right? It's pretty darn easy, and especially if you're working with people who know what they're doing, it's pretty easy.